Great chat with Michael this afternoon. Man, does he have a lot of stuff concerning? He's like, in say Donnie Darko. It's not Donnie Darko. In the iPet Goat, right? Let me pull that up for you. In the iPet Goat video. So what Michael was saying was, could that not be an Easter bunny back there? Hey, what's up with stopping it? It's very rare. It's like a half second to 1 second that you get the stag over Trump's head, the stag horns. Skyfall, the stag horns, it was all, the stag was all over Skyfall. And then later on, it's going to cut to the entire stag. And then there's going to be a door back here that says exit. And then this rabbit over here is going to light up. It's going to get dark. And so what Michael is saying is, could that rabbit be the Easter bunny? Could Donnie Darko, Frank the Rabbit, be all about Easter? So there's the stag in full view. Now it's going to get dark and exit's going to light up over Trump's head. We just had the stag over Trump's head. And now it's about to get dark. I've got it on super slow, sorry. So it's taking its time. Now the exit sign lights up. So it's Trump, exit, Easter bunny. Michael is saying that's a possibility. And I was like, man, absolutely. Go back to we might as well show that. So we get all the way over to here. And this is a Donnie Darko situation. Calls it a Donnie Darko situation. He's playing Trump.
Okay, does it?
During a presser. And when the camera comes back, the rabbit's going to be next to him.
Okay.
And one more thing. Because it wasn't there a second ago. No rabbit. Then he says one more thing. Does anybody see this rabbit? And nobody can, I don't think. And then he's like, this really feels like a Donnie Darko situation. And of course, this is Easter time.
Darko situation. Fantastic movie, by the way. I think this might be a Donnie Darko situation. I think this might be a Donnie Darko situation. Fantastic.
So, yeah, you get the idea, right?
Okay, does it?
Yeah, yeah. Does anybody see this rabbit standing next to me?
And one more thing. Does anyone else see this rabbit? Okay,
so
who sees that rabbit, right? It's wearing glasses. Is that real? Okay. I think this might be a Donnie Darko situation.
All right, so now y'all really get the idea. Okay. So it's got a lot of Easter tells, doesn't it? So Donald Trump with the Easter bunny. And there's various years. There's 2019, there's 2020 also. Every year they're always out there with the Easter bunny. So, and that was the exact Easter bunny that our boy was posing with for SNL. Same one. Wearing glasses. And there's some good old fashioned right eye symbolism for you. Got the number. Well, you got the Twin Towers right there is basically what you got. Right? But only the eye is in one of them because only one of them is the horn. Remember, there was a horn, a tower on top of one of the Twin Towers. Don't forget, the second tower fell at 1028. So anyway, yeah, let's get on with some stuff. This year is not a complete replica of 1988 because there was a leap year in 1988. And as Mike and I were discussing, I said, well, it's really a replica because we started discussing the spring times. When was spring? You know, there's a pagan spring. The real new year begins at springtime. Pagan and God's calendar, or the Jewish calendar. And the Lord doesn't adhere to any calendars for us to keep track of anymore. But we could maybe draw the bridge that he goes by, the Jewish calendar that he established. So, and we don't know if they haven't bastardized that even through that religion. So it is a complete, once assuming the new year begins after February 29th or 28th, then it is a complete replica, so to speak. It's just not day 275 in 1988. It would have been day 276. So sometimes you get October 3rd, sometimes you get October 1st, sometimes you get October 2nd on a lot of these gematria searches that Michael does. But from March on, each calendar month is a complete replica of 1988. Now, the 276th day of the year in 1988, I times it. Remember, my whole thing was based off nothing you learn anywhere. It's my own deal. I would say definitely per the Holy Spirit because it comes to so much stuff. 276 times 1988, and you get 86, the 88, the 86ing of the 88. So, you know, that's interesting. Now, y'all know I'm very nervous about, you know, Trump's number is 14 times 6 times 1946, and his number comes to 163,464. You times it by my number, which is 7 times 6. 7 times 6 times 1961, and I'm 82362. And Trump and I's combined number has 322, dead in the middle of it. And a friend of mine, whose birthday is May Day, she just turned that many days old 33 days before I turned that many days old, which is this coming Wednesday. And I'm a little nervous about it because that's how many days old I'm going to be. And that's how many days old she was on March 11th. Now, this would be the 12th, or that would have been the 10th, if you include the day you're born as a bookend. Drops it down a day, drops it down a number, I should say. So I would be that many days old on Tuesday, not Wednesday. So Tuesday and Wednesday, depending on if you count my birthday or not, or the day I was born, I should say. So, I'm a little nervous, man. I don't know, man. I got trust issues, but it is fascinating. And the 322 in the middle, that's just criminal. So, yeah. So what is Trump on that day? Or how many, what day is that of the year? That's 103. You do get the 66. You got a single digit out front with the zeros. Everyone times it by GOD. If we were to go 4 times 13 times, get the 144. Now, we're also looking at the 15th and the 17th. Michael's really looking big at the 17th, and I think the 17th is big because he rises on the third day. I'm looking at the 15th, big time. 15 times 4. You get the May Day number. There's that 121 from the Dark Knight Rises. So I think this Good Friday, you really got to look out for it. And that would be 105 day of the year. $12.31 is John 12:31. Satan is the prince of this world. It's mentioned 3 times in the Gospel of John. Now, how many days are left? It's 260 days left in the year. That's all the numbers thrown together. Then the 17th. I'll get to more of those numbers later if we get through and get into Saturday. The full moon is on Saturday. It's not an eclipse. The total solar eclipse is May 16th. Remember, Trump, me. When my friend turned that many days old, 33 days later, I turned that many days old, and then 33 days later, it's the total solar eclipse of May 16th. And 33 plus 33 is 66, 66th book of the Bible. So we'll look more into that on Saturday and Sunday. We'll get into other numbers, but right now that's what we're looking at. We're looking at, Tuesday, Wednesday. Might be a me event. That's why I'm a little nervous. Then there's Friday, potential event. I would say it's tax day because I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man. So, I don't know. Let's keep rushing through. So 119 plus 88 equals 207. Remember, I had a 207 condominium number, apartment number back in the day. When the last time I lived here in Winter Haven. And 119 is Donald in Jewish gematria, 88 is Trump in simple gematria. And those are the 2 they go by. They either refer to him as the 119 when Donnie Darko was released, or they refer to him as the 88. You add them up, it comes to 207. What if you multiply them? We've done it before, but it's been a while. 216, which is James Bond's tag number, 6 times 6 times 6. But okay. DraftKings had, at big UFC 273, this popped up on their screen, 207 and 500, which is Donald plus Trump, 207, 500, the number of 500 is the number for Antichrist and astrological coordinates G500. Jamie gave us that a long time ago. Good stuff. Right eye symbolism, Facebook and YouTube, this says. We already did this. Thank you. Yes, we already blew it up. The Scott twins. Oh, the Scott wins Masters in my country. In my county, excuse me. This is me talking to y'all. In my county, not only do we have Kathleen Red Devils. This is in the county that I live in. We have the Kathleen Red Devils, Winter Haven Blue Devils. Remember, their colors are red and blue because it makes purple. We got the Winter Haven Blue Devils. Lake Wales Highlanders. And then we got the Highlanders. Their little bagpipes. Lake Wales. And my zip code, Winter Haven zip codes. The city I live in, I don't think I've been trolled my whole life, but the Lord's put me here for a very specific reason. Winter Haven zip codes, 33888. 33880, 33881, 33882, 33883, 33884, 33885, 33888. Can you make this stuff up? This is the city I live in. 33s and 88s and even 888. Yeah. When I tell you I live at ground zero, people are like, no, you're not at ground zero in Polk County. Well, on a spiritual plane in the world I swim in, I am. I'm kind of at ground zero. And Red Devils, Blue Devils, Highlanders, 3388. 33888. I'm not a very comfortable person as I sit here. I mean, yeah, I've got y'all out there in the comments, and I talked to Michael on the phone. He's out in San Diego. He's got a wife and 3 kids. He can't come bail me out. You know what I mean? I got a lot of people that would, but you don't know what they would do to you exactly as far as bail or this or that. Depends on how they framed you up, man. They could frame you up nicely, or they can kill you right in there. As soon as they take you in there, go, oh, this happened to him, that happened to him. So I've often wondered, do I have to go before the Trump situation? Because of, I don't know, ritualistic reasons. Because I've often, if we're the only channel, like Into the Stars is still telling you stuff about the poke. And no, there is no truth out there. There is no truth out there. I got a gentleman, nice guy. He wrote a book about Donald Trump, the Antichrist, the little horn. Came to me on Facebook. I'm assuming it's a real person, not an AI. And of course, you never know, even though there are front men for the AI. But when I talked to him about his biblical, he goes, well, we don't agree on biblical doctrine. And a lot of people have gone their separate ways because I said, no, I won't. I shared with him what I believed. I said, if you want to study it, let's study it. Then he was like, nah. I was like, I understand. But there's nobody doing what we do in total truth. World around us, as it pertains to the word of God and the true gospel. True gospel is not taught. They teach it with a God loves everybody free will slant. So if the Lord has appointed me the point guard sounding voice of our church here, and it seems to be the only true church we can find on the internet. Like I tell you, there's some that are close, but then they're way off on other stuff. Then I'm their Antichrist, then, sort of. Do I have to go before Trump disappears? Or, you know, if I had to guess, I would say no, but I still have that uncomfortable feeling. So yeah. 33881. So there's the Trump movie of Highlander, where, you know, Trump's mom's maiden name. Trump's mom's maiden name. Now, Trump and I's moms. My mom's middle name was Ann, and Trump's middle name was Ann. My mom was A-N-N-E. His mom is just A-N-N. Mary Ann McLeod.
According to Wikipedia, Mary Ann Trump was the wife of real estate developer Fred Trump.
I'm mistaken. My mom and Trump's mom are the A-N-N-E, both of them. That's freaky. So I guess then it won't freak y'all out if I tell you what I think this photo was in the movie, the Da Vinci Code. There was a picture they cut to right after the Mona Lisa. And we were like, who is that lady? Who is that lady? And to me, I knew who it was. It was a complete fusion of my mom and Trump's mom fused together in a portrait. And you're like, well, now we know you're crazy. If I showed you a picture, I don't know if I saved that or if it was just something I did a long time ago on my Telling Truth 3. So it's in one of those videos floating around. There's all your McLeod stuff from the movie The Highlander. Got like 14 pictures there. You have power beyond imagination. You are one with all living things. The quickening. New York, New York. I am immortal. This is McLeod. Well, that's Trump. Trump is a McLeod from his mom's side. They got the deer antlers right over his head, just like an iPet goat. Like, you think that's an accident? Let yourself be the stag, he said to him. Sean Connery, 007. You cannot die, McLeod. Accept it, he says. It's the devil's work, he says. And you know who they call the devil? Our God. And it is our God's work. Beast out of the sea. Beast out of the sea. What are they calling the beast out of the sea? You're immortal. I'm drowning. No, you're not. Help me. I'm drowning. You can't drown, you fool. Christopher Lambert was his name. Highlander, 1986, March 7th. Hour and 56 minutes. So hang on a second. I'll try to find it. Now, Trump's mom is the Mona Lisa. That might be where I've got it. I went back and did my own search at my own channel with the magnifying glass and just keyed in DaVinci
All
Code.
right, now I'm gonna assume.
Yo, I've got a video that's got 19,141 views. 19,141. December 28th. Michael, remind me to tell you that December 28th date. And by the way, that's yeah. But that was my first date with Candy was on December 28th. But Michael, remember, I got to tell you another thing about that December 28th date. You might already know it. But the AI pushed me up that I got 255 comments. Every other comment, you're an idiot or you're spot on, basically. So like this one here, I've noticed with sports gambling, you know, so they're into it. All the bowl games this year look like the WWE tryout. So he gets it. He gets it. And then, dude, it's a bunch said blah, blah, blah. So, you know, there's people trying to set me straight. I said this a couple weeks ago when Georgia and Alabama played. So people are seeing it and other people aren't. And, but I would say it seems to be about 50-50. It might shade a little bit 60-40, where they'll be angry or disagree. You don't want to take away, you take away people's football. But the AI, just to flex, they flexed on us. The AI did. They went ahead and pushed this video 19,000. Now, how come how come the AI doesn't push anything meaningful? But it chose this one on December 28th, Michael, with a 3:55 time, Michael, which I'll have to share that with you too, because they all go together. But so it was right in that realm where I was doing DaVinci Code stuff. So that's the Fibonacci sequence. So it's not that one. Then there's 118. Because maybe we were looking at January 18th.
As we've been.
That's not Trump's mom's portrait. Fused in with my mom. Fun with Dick and Jane. Oops. I hope it's this one. Nope. Dadgummit. Did I just take a picture of it? Then I showed the picture. I put it on my Facebook, I think. And I asked people, who do y'all think this is on my Facebook? That's what it was. So I'm going to have to scroll down 3 months on my Facebook. Hang on. Don't have to. I went ahead and checked this to see what dates it was that I'd have to go to Facebook on. And I went to this video. It's right here. Guess I can give you a little before.
The graph.
Now let me show you the Grail. The Grail is the mother of the Antichrist, or the womb. He says, let me show you the Grail. And they cut to this portrait.
Could that be his mom?
Yup. But does it look like Miriam McLeod? Not exactly. Why did they show this? This is nobody. This isn't the Mona Lisa. It's nothing famous. Why are they showing it? And you can sit there and search Trump's mom all day.
A painting of her.
Because it's a
It's
fusion.
tricky. I've looked at as many pictures as I.
It's a fusion of my mom. When she had the short, now she never had her hair that short. My mom's hair was more like a page, kind of covering her ears. Let me go back and show you a photo of my mom. Oh, my mom, my sweet little Italian mom. good Catholic girl, right? Of course, she broke off and went, into the fake Christian world. And but I'll find you one. So I don't know if the AI like took a picture of my mom, rest in peace, breast cancer, May 6th. And my dad was May 7th. And Earl was May 8th. What's their names keeps pushing May 9th. Hey, we'll be looking. So did they fuse? Now let's go to Mary Ann McLeod. Then you got to ask yourself, like, who in the world is this? Like, who is it? It's not Trump's mom. It's not my mom. Who's the lady? Who's the grail they cut to?
I could, but as many pictures as I could, but they would not post any where she could have possibly have looked like this at one time in her life.
So was it just as close as you can get to Trump's mom look like that at some point? I don't know. But I don't know. Candyman. But let's move on. Trump and his mom both had a middle name of Ann. Nope, it was both Ann. See, I thought his mom was ANN for some reason. Both he and I's mom are ANNE, straight up. Carol Ann Porto. Carol Ann Stokes. Of course, her name would have been Carol Porto Stokes, more than likely. Carol Ann Stokes, that's not her. She never had Facebook. It's interesting, though, that there is a Carol Ann Stokes out there in the stratosphere. Look at that. A couple of them. That's freaky. Boston and Hungerford. Okay. They don't have the ANNE, or we'd have had to talk. I'd have had to give them a call. So that's and her name, or maiden name, Carol Ann Porto. That's close. In New York. But there's no death certificates or anything where I could prove anything to you, unfortunately. Beast out of the sea. Why is he the beast out of the sea? Why the sea? In my opinion, I'm not dogmatic about it because you're dealing with something biblical. Don't know where I'm going now that you see what I'm doing. Where's he coming out of? Where have I told you he's coming out of? It's coming out of the North Pole. What is the North Pole? It's water. And he rises from the abyss. And where have I told you the abyss is? I'm not dogmatic about it because it's biblical. I'll tell you it's at the North Pole. I've showed you proof of Hitler trying to get to the North Pole. Not just Antarctica, North Pole also. Are Trump and I on complete opposite spiritual planes? With all the stuff I've shown Mike, or Michael, I've never asked him if I can call him Mike. I'm assuming no. My name is Michael, right? But and I don't want to be called Tracy. I like Trey, even though it's a nickname. But you get the idea. With everything I've shown him, there's a lot more mathematical credence to this thought. And so, I'm a little uneasy when we get today 22196 for me. For me. Me add 37, me plus 37. Let me find the correct. My 37 progressions are the 16th or the 17th of this month. If you include both days, it's the 16th. If not, it's the 17th. And then we go to May 24th next, every 37 progression. So me times today is 22194. So if I go to tomorrow and include both dates, we get my 22196. That's in the middle of me and Trump's number. If you remove that and go to the 13th, which I believe is when the Lord pulled me out of the world, and we will get to that on my memories, on my Facebook memories. Little cartoon I thought I'd share with y'all. Can y'all read that? This is all part of a larger. Yeah. And this person is saying, I think you're paranoid. So this is definitely not. April 11th. I don't know if I was teaching the right doctrine then. Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. I think on the 13th, that's when the Lord started pulling me out of the world. Dropped the Catholic Church, dropped astrology, all in one day. That anniversary is 22196, or the 10-year anniversary of when the Lord started pulling me out of the world, is in the middle of me and Trump's number. It's just fascinating. But I think that's why he's the beast out of the sea. What do y'all think? Because he rises out of the water. So the No Time to Die actress Ana de Armas was born in Cuba, April 30th, which is coming up, 1988. And in her personal URL, you've got the 86 and 911, 9101. So does Trump go down April 30th? And then the world comes to a complete disaster on Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. I'm telling you, there's nothing we can't look at. It could be the very simplest thing. And that's not the MAN. That's definitely the FEMALE, in my opinion. So got to watch out for April 30th. Why not? I mean, it's Elohim in Strong's Concordance. I believe it's H430. H430, Strong's Concordance. 430 is April 30th. It's the number for Elohim. You're getting into the angels, the fallen angels, God, that whole angelic, God-like realm. That's why when God said, let us make man in our image, see, they got a big problem with that because they think there's all kind of eons, or I forget what they call them in the Gnostic world, aeons. And that God is actually, that the God we believe in, they say, is actually a created being, that his mother was Sophia, all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, it's a big psychological operation. And then they say, well, see, let us make man in our image. God's talking. Some false teacher was trying to tell me that God is three persons, that you have to refer to God as three persons. I'm like, no. It's God in three different pathways as he deals with man. There's God the Father, who does not deal with man directly. He did that through his Son, and he does it through his Holy Spirit. It's one God, three pathways, not three persons. And they're like, well, see, let us make man in our image. God was talking to us. Nah, go to the definition. Angels. God was speaking to his angels because the angels are made in God's image. That's why Daniel says, this man touched me, and it was an angel. It was Michael or whatever. You with me? So I'm just saying. That's just the way I see the Bible. So that's the end of my prep. Michael's got some prep. Vladimir Zhirinovsky. He was what they call a Russian ultra-nationalist. I've attached an Illuminati card game card of him. He comes to Donald Trump assassination. Trump assassination. These are all different types of ciphers. You got full reduction, reverse reduction, Chaldean, reverse reduction, full reductions, reverse. Anyway, so I'm just going to read through them, okay? Donald Trump assassination, Trump assassination, Trump assassination, 88 miles per hour, enchantment under the sea, which is the dance from Back to the Future, horseman of the apocalypse, President Barack Obama, George Mario Bergoglio, which is the Pope, Israeli Independence Day, which is coming up 2 days before a total lunar eclipse. President Barack Obama, already said it. Let's go. So Michael said we'll be celebrated on 5/4/55 this year. Okay. That's very interesting. Thank you for that. Because see, I was telling y'all a lie that it was when they were named a nation state, which is May 14th. The beast and the false prophet it comes to Queen Elizabeth II is dead. Saint Ignatius of Loyola, the number of a man, and 666. All that was separate. Saint Ignatius of Loyola, next, the number of a man, and then 666, which is the number of a man. Good stuff, Michael. Michael's killer research going on. There he is right there. He is speaking in front of Russian coat of arms, which, you know, is that Illuminati type double-headed eagle, which is the same one Trump's International Scotland golf course. Fascinating. Orbdo something KO. Order out of chaos. And Michael replied back to my Highlanders, because I've told you all about Red Devils, Blue Devils before, but I never thought about our Lake Wells Highlanders, Scottish Highlanders, right here in Polk County. About as un-Scotland of a place you can possibly be. But, so this ground, this area was established. Now, if nobody did that on purpose, then on a spiritual plane, it just happened. This zip code, this Red Devils, Blue Devils, this Highlanders. I mean, this is, Trump doesn't live anywhere near here. He's down in Palm Beach. So what is it about my county? Unless it's me. They're Antichrist. If I'm their Antichrist. Golly, I was about to bug out and realized I got videos to go over with y'all. I went through the Lone Star. Okay, let's go through them real quick.
So, hey, you're 49 seconds into the movie. They showed the shot with the red eye, the blood over the eye. They haven't done the whole theme song yet. So the movie just starts, and you know that 500 is the number, strongest concordance, G500 for Antichrist.
Captain. That was another thing Mike and I talked about. Scotty. Star Trek. Warp speed, the poke. Star Trek, warp speed. Space Force. Scotty. He was Scottish. Right there on the Star Trek. Or the Enterprise.
Less than a minute into the movie.
Captain wants you to keep 500 feet.
500. That's the number for the Antichrist. Interesting.
Maneuvering control, come and challenge 500
500. That's the number for the Antichrist. Said it again.
feet. Keep 500
Keep 500 feet. That's the number for the Antichrist. Said it again. Fourth time.
I mean, the number 500 for Antichrist in Strong's Concordance in the Bible. Strong's Concordance, Antichrist, G500. 65 seconds into the movie, they've said it 4 or 5 times.
4 times we counted.
You gotta love it.
Whoa. We can't get enough of this. Are you kidding me? The Antichrist worships the god of fortresses. Kybel, the god of fortresses. Kibali, the god of fortresses. Well, there it is. The god of fortresses, Daniel 11:38. Instead of these, he will worship the god of fortresses. And in the New Living, that's written a totally different way, which makes me wonder. Instead of these, he will worship the god of fortresses, a god his ancestors never knew, and lavish on him gold, silver, precious stones, and expensive gifts. Oh, no, that was a different verse that they completely did. The one about he will have no regard for women. Go to the next one. Okay, so it was 37. He shall regard neither the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women, nor any God, for he shall exalt himself above them all. Them is added, it's in italics. Oh, that's New King James. Neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women, nor the regard of any God, for he shall magnify himself above all. Now, he won't regard the God of his fathers, nor any God, because he's going to magnify himself. Those all make sense. What kind of comes out of nowhere is, nor the desire of women. Well, the King James is tricky. New Living says it like this: he will have no respect for the gods of his ancestors, or for the God loved by women, or for any other God, which kind of flows with the rest of the sentence. Now, I haven't looked all this up in the Greek. For he will boast that he is greater than them all. So that one actually makes a little more sense. It just goes to show you, though, how here we go. Kybel, Chybel, Kybel, the god of fortresses. Now, if you go to images, and we've done this many times, you look up the god of fortresses. If I need to save it, I'll get it and I'll blow it up. Uh-oh, looks like a download. Hey, did you see that fortress on top of the head? And that's female, breast. And that's the one he's going to honor. The god of fortresses. Also known as Chybel, which we've shown you many times. Chybel is cybernetics. C-Y-B-E-L. C-Y. It is from that god you get your cybernetics. Chybel, the cybernetic hedgehog, the man-machine myth. So you gets into mixing man with machine, because then you get into this. What is cybernetics?
According to Wikipedia, cybernetics is a wide-ranging field concerned with regulatory and purposive systems.
It's actually mixing man and machine. Here it is. Wiener defines cybernetics as the science and control of communications in the animal and the machine. What have we been telling you? The mark of the beast will be. Ex Machina, the God machine, save the rabbits. Aren't we forgetting about the miracle of storytelling, the Deus Ex Machina, the God machine? That's what saved the rabbits. Donnie out of Donnie Darko. The colossal explanation of Donnie Darko. So this all goes back to Donnie Darko and the God machine. And Donnie Darko reps Trump, and it's telling you, the Bible's telling you that the God of fortresses, and you go back to this movie Dune, then this is the God, or excuse me, the Messiah, because he reps Trump in this movie. Before he walked out, they had bagpipes in a scene, which I'm about to show you. He's talking to the God of fortresses.
Only honors the God of fortresses.
And he does something, which is basically the image that speaks. How freaky is that? It's a better shot.
Yeah, just Google God of fortresses and click images. I mean, come on. Right there.
Look
in
how small
Dune.
this is. Sorry.
Yeah, just Google God of fortresses and click images. I mean, come
See how
on.
small that is?
Right there in Dune.
Sorry. I was hoping
Yeah, just Google
when it's a really
God
short
of
video, it'll make it really small. It puts that little red squiggly. So we know that the church is referred to as the way,
To go that far.
and Jesus is the way. The church is referred to as the way. Why are we called the way? The way is how Jesus referred to himself, saying, I am the way. What is the way? And so that's what we're called, sect of the way, the Nazarenes and Christian. In the book of Acts, got questions, will give you the exact Bible verse in ESV, but Acts 9:2 right there. Those belonging to the way. But when the same became stubborn and continued in unbelief, speaking evil of the way before the congregation, speaking evil of the church, in other words. The church is known as the way. Well, what do you think they called their special gifts in the movie Dune? Again, the upside down world of our world. And if there's an upside down world of our world, then do you see how if they've got a point guard for Satan, is there a point guard for Jesus right now on this earth? Is that me? For some reason, I'm not an ugly person. I don't date anymore. Like I don't do, I'm not going to date anybody if when I tell them Christmas is pagan and they're like, well, I'm never going to quit Christmas. That's pretty much the end of that relationship. The Lord's made it clear. Trust me, I've tried it. The Lord watched me worm my way around. Because remember, this process began in 2012, 10 years ago, starting on April 13th. A day I'm a little nervous about. And that process began then, but he didn't even show me election predestination till about this time of the year in 2017, straight up 5 years ago. So it's 10 years, 5 years. That really tells me something big's going on this Wednesday. I'm nervous. Well, I'm just, I got my eye on it. Let's just put it like that.
You chose to train him in the way.
You chose to train him in the way.
To go that far. You chose to train him in the way. To go that far. You chose to train him in the way.
So, I mean, that Dune, man, that's some crazy stuff going on in that now. Crazy stuff. This one's titled, You Really Can't Make This Stuff Up. It's Never Ending.
So right there in, I believe it was Saturday's Bible study, we covered the way. That's what the church was referred to as the way.
Yeah, the other one loaded first. These came back to back in the movie. So the other one loaded because it was only 3 seconds. It loaded faster.
HEWAY. And look at this god of fortresses that we just got through reading about in Daniel when I was moved on to 38. Well, I see you've trained your, the Lord of our world, Star Wars. She's gonna.
You've been training him in the way.
You've been training him in the way.
You've been training him in the way.
You've been training him.
Kind of got that Barron Trump thing going on, this guy. Especially the way he walks. Barron and he walk the exact same. So he's got Barron's walk down. We know all about the tree goddess. Grove worship.
I literally can't go 5 feet in this Dune movie. It's like from one scene to the next. It's all about Trump and their world. So the tree goddess, we know all about, grove worship. And if you don't, it's Old Testament, Asherah, Astarte. Google those names, but that's what the Christmas tree is. It's grove worship. Do not cut well, just read the 10th chapter of Jeremiah, verses 2-4. Jeremiah 10, verses 2-4. It tells you not to do the Christmas tree like the heathen do. Deck it with silver and gold, fasten it that it doesn't move.
Hammers and nails that it move not.
Do not cut the tree from the forest. Deck it with silver and gold, fasten it with hammers and nails that it move not. So clearly the Christmas tree is pagan.
Clearly.
There is no spin on it that you can, where God goes, oh, well, okay.
Hey, when I talk in the background, I mean, is that the 2 Trumps upside down version?
As long as that's your intention.
Antichrist
And,
of Christ. Antichrist of
especially
Christ.
doing it at the time of year they're all doing their ritual. But so this guy's gonna talk about the sacred tree. Get it? But it's gonna
Tree
talk
goddess.
about, he's gonna talk about
See, when you deify a tree, that's goddess, that's tree goddess, it's grove worship.
this palm
You ever heard of Bohemian Grove? There you go.
tree being sacred. And where is Mar-a-Lago?
Ooh, Palm Beach, Palm Beach, Palm
Beach. So we've had bagpipes,
Check.
Messiah.
Don't tell me the bagpipes never loaded, did it? And you know what? I got rid of that video. I put it on my Facebook. Hang on a second. Hey, y'all, look, me and my son back in the Dizzy. No, not 2014. That would have been around like 1985 of all years. For us that we talk about a lot. Yeah, does he look like he's 2? Or 1.5? Scotty. Man, don't tell me that bagpipes thing never, let me go find that. So this guy, he was in the US Army now. US Army. He says, the government sells fear so they can become your SAV. So, I mean, this is somebody that's been in the system, so to speak. He liked a video of mine, so. I'll be doggone, y'all. I did have the bagpipes on here. Oh, I tell you what, man, I need some sleep.
So
Let's get back to Dune.
and now Palm Beach. I mean,
So bagpipes, Trump, Palm Beach, Messiah. We'll get to the Messiah. He's the Messiah, y'all. And they blew bagpipes before he came out. We're about to play it for you.
Here.
That guy.
Oh, these are indigenous.
Can't make it up.
Of them. 20 palm trees. 100 lives. These are sick.
These are sacred.
Old dream.
These are sacred.
Old dream. Old dream. These are sacred.
Sacred.
These are sacred. These are sacred.
Looking at the
These are
tree.
sacred.
Look,
These are sacred.
he's saying the
These
tree
are sacred.
is sacred.
These are sacred.
That's old grove
These are-
worship from the Old
these are sacred.
Testament.
These are sacred.
Sacred.
Old dream.
Old dream, he then refers to the sacred palm tree or the sacred tree as old dream. And Trump lives where? Mar-a-Lago is in Palm Beach, Florida. Mar-a-Lago address.
Mar-a-Lago Club is at 1100 South Ocean Boulevard, Palm Beach, Florida, 33480.
Palm Beach, Florida. 33. But they ain't got the 3388 like I got. I guess it's not going 88 miles per hour here. I mean, there, like it's going to go here. Ugh. 22. Oh, it's got 322 in the middle of his phone number. Just like there's 322 in the middle of me and Trump's combined number. Old dream. Let's go with all the Dune first, and we'll come back to the James Bond stuff. And this one's a little quicker than the other one. The other one's a minute, 16 seconds. This one's just 24. This one I just made for you. I mean, I'm in the middle of making y'all a video. And I never loaded this, and I got rid of it on my phone because I thought I loaded them. I did load it. Didn't realize it. That's how I'm half asleep. Oh. So here we go. Dune.
Time has fallen sand.
Who's that? Oh, Sicario guy. He's always repping Trump. Remember in James Bond, there's all kind of Trump characters in there. In The Dark Knight, everybody's the you know, back and forth between the Joker and Trump. It's they're mirror images of each other. Kind of like the light and dark, like he's both. And it's very difficult to explain, but I've had other YouTube sites where they really go into detail and do a great job of explaining that. If you've ever seen it, I'll be doggone bagpipes, straight up Lakeland Highlanders bagpipes. You saw their logo, guys blowing the bagpipes right here in my county. Bagpipes, Scotland, Highlanders, Highlander Trump, Lake Wales Highlanders. About 20 minutes down the road, depending on traffic. You know, the AI has never embarrassed me and thrown up something that I don't watch. Of course, I don't know what that is. And I don't know what that is. But I watch all this UFC stuff. What is this one here? Rodney Dangerfield. Hey, I never get no respect. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hey, no respect. Hey. So this kid's the Messiah. This kid's the Messiah.
Well,
Trump.
for the Scottish bagpipes we were talking about just earlier.
Yeah. What were all those people yelling at us when I was walking by?
What are you shouting?
What were they shouting? They were saying, Lisan out. Now, Michael, what do you think that would come up to in gematria as we're looking at the right eye? It's Lisan A-L-G-A-I-B. It's a made up word. So those letters are there for us to gematria. What do you think? You want to give it a shot? Showing her right eye, L-I-S-A-N-A-L-G-A-I-B. Professor, is that an anagram? That's straight out of the Da Vinci Code there I did for you. Did y'all notice that? What if you scramble these letters around? Because, are you getting Gaia? G-I-A-I? Gaia, the earth goddess. G-A-I-A.
According to Greenpeace,
I spelled it
Gaia was the
backwards.
Greek goddess of earth, mother of all life, similar to the Roman Terra Mater reclining with a cornucopia, or the Andean Pachamama, the Hindu, Prithvi, the vast one, or the Hopi Kokyangwuti, spider grandmother, who with sun god Tawa created earth and its creatures.
Thank you. G-A-I-A. You're still left with a L-B. I know there's a Nissan as far as the Jewish calendar year. It's got to be Gaia, something Gaia. Anyway.
Okay. Voice from the outer world.
It's their name for Messiah. That's what they were shouting. They were calling that kid the Messiah.
It's their name for Messiah. That means
It means Benny Gesserit have been at work here, preaching the gospel that you're the God,
They think you're the Messiah, kid?
planting superstitions, preparing the way, Paul.
Preparing the way, Paul. These people have waited
These people have waited centuries for their Messiah.
for centuries for the Lisan al-Ghaib.
For their Messiah.
They see you,
They see you.
they see the signs.
They see the signs.
Oh, so the bagpipes.
Mm.
So the kid in Dune plays the Messiah, obviously. Trump, the Scottish bagpipes, obviously kind of gave that away. I mean, I just saw Dune. I've heard
Yeah,
so
we
much
haven't
about
seen the
it.
word
I'm not-
Messiah, though. Hang on just a quick second. Hold on. I got to turn off the recording. Let me find it back on the. It did say it's their name for Messiah. See, I told y'all, I'm half asleep, man.
Outer world. It's their name for Messiah. That means
So, and they were yelling it at him, and I went ahead and recorded. I'm glad I recorded anyway, because what I've got loading is how he walks like Baron Trump. And you actually get them yelling out the name. Let's do this.
Him when he walked out, then everybody yelled Messiah.
So bagpipes, and then they call him Messiah. So Trump's bagpipes, the movie Highlander, all that stuff. Call this crossing the Rubicon.
Not a science fiction guy. Didn't even like Star Wars really, like at all. I think Return of the Jedi, the second one, back in the 80s or 90s, I liked it, but the rest of them
80s.
was like whatever.
Early 80s.
Well, the first one, was cool, obviously, but this stuff isn't my bag, but I was like, okay, it's Dune. It's all they've talked about.
Oscars, big,
Let's see
big,
what it's
big at the
about, see if it's
Oscars.
got some tells.
Got to have some tells.
So this is the mother and child reunion, which is, I guess,
Well, the mother and child reunion is only a motion away. So you got Paul Simon singing Mother and Child Reunion. Paul Simon, Mother and Child Reunion. Okay. So Paul Simon sang it. Mother and Child Reunion from Antiquity. And all the way back, you go back to the Mother and Child Reunion. Mother and Child Reunion, Paul Simon, YouTube. Whoa, little darling of mine, I can't for the life of me remember a stranger dream. I can't sing and sure don't know the words. It should work out that way. A course of a lifetime. Strange emotion away. Oh. Did I already say it? Or is it back here? Yeah, the mother and child reunion. Is that Trump getting with his mama Lucifer? And they have sex, like we showed you. But it's also him with the mother goddess. And that's what the obelisk facing the dome was about. Because the whole story of Nimrod and Semiramis and Tammuz, I mean, didn't she have sex with her son Tammuz? Semiramis had sex with her son Tammuz. And she gave birth to her son Tammuz, who she claimed was the reincarnation of Nimrod. Well, Nimrod was who she had sex with. So through the belief that Tammuz was Nimrod, she had sex with him. Conception of Tammuz by lying down in the temple having sex. Nimrod, Semiramis, and the child Tammuz. They were like the pagan trinity. And a lot of people will sit here and say, they're like, well, the Jesus story's been around forever. It's the same old story. It's just repackaged. Well, do you want to know the whole story? So mother and child reunion. This is the Messiah boys' mama.
It's kind of what it'll be when Trump and Lucifer hook up. I mean, I don't know.
Remember, I show y'all in that movie where Trump has sex. I mean, Daniel Craig James Bond has sex when he's in the movie The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. She's in the internet. That's all she's about is the internet. She can do anything with the internet. And She has this big dragon on her back. So she's the dragon, but she's female. So she's Lucifer. And after they heal his right eye wound, literally in the movie, they go, ow, my eye. That's my eye. To let you know that's the eye wound. After she patches him up, they have sex. So are you seeing? So now bring all that through to this. Enter the stars. I ain't showing you this. Us and our non-growing channel of one person every 2 months. You see what I'm saying? And I've already proved to you the AI can push one of my videos. I got 19,141 views.
When you have lived with prophecy for so long, the moment of revelation is a shock.
When you have lived with prophecy for so long, the moment of revelation is a shock. That's us. That's all we do is go back and forth and do Daniel, Revelation, Daniel, Revelation. We do end times prophecy here. That's what we do. In that moment that the book of Revelation is open, I've been telling y'all, told y'all a few videos ago or last video, I said, we're going to be freaking out. We're going to freak out. Because we're going to know the whole world's going to freak out, but not for the same. The Lord will put it in everybody's heart to freak out, and then because they're going to begin to riot and calamity, and then comes the MARTAILLAW, which is what I think Mar-a-Lago stands for. I mean, I know it's got its meaning in Spanish or whatever, but Mar-a-Lago. Remember when Bain declared martial law? Remember when Bain declared Mar-a-Lago? And now she's saying the Messiah again. The moment of revelation. The Antichrist. The mother and the son. Yeah, the mother and see. Yeah, are you putting all this together, folks? It's crazy, isn't it? How come Into the Stars isn't doing this? Puts out a video a day with his brainiac self. He's just a front man for the AI. And then I go in a soliloquy of explaining to y'all everything I've already just explained to y'all. Now, I just want y'all to know something about this coming Friday. Hey, this Friday, y'all. What's up? This coming Friday. Good Friday.
Hey, Michael, and to anybody else, Donnie Darko is playing this Friday.
Friday the 15th. See it?
Good Friday.
/15. Right there to your left, middle.
10:30 a.m. to 12:25 p.m.
Now, that's 103. Y'all, that's the 13th, 103. That's day 103. That's day 103 is April 13th. What if they come get me the same day Trump goes? It's 2001. We know that it came out the year of the twin Trumps. You got basically 103. Is that 103rd day of the year, or is that October 3rd, or it's none of it? It's just what time it comes on. I'll show you 102 or 102.6 coding in just a minute from James Bond. And then 1225 on 415 over here on the left. Fascinating.
On Good Friday, Donnie Darko. 10:30.
What would be the chances? What would be the chances? That's pi, by the way, 1403, 314. Let's do the it never loaded. Are you kidding me? It's loaded. It says it's got one view, and I look at it on my cell phone. Let me log into my other account. Load into your own account, it'll show it faster. So let's finish up with this last Dune video. Then we'll get to some little James Bond stuff I found interesting.
And when I told you he walks like Baron,
Yeah, we remember.
watch this.
They'll give you a rear view right there. It's the Baron walk. See how he kind of, you know,
This is when they're yelling it at him.
right there, that kind of side to side thing.
There.
See how he kind of bounced from one leg to the other? That's how Baron walks. I know y'all know it. I know y'all do. Hang on, there's more to this.
This is when they're yelling it at him.
They all recognize him as the Messiah. Just like Jesus, right? You know, when Jesus walked by, they all knew it was him, you know, the sheep did.
The subtitles haven't come on yet. There he goes. They see him as the Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
What are they showing? Voice from the
Commentary. Gaia.
outer world. It's their name for Messiah.
It's their name for Messiah. That's what they're shouting at him, man. Coming out there with bagpipes. Come on, man. These chumps. Who do they think they're kidding? All right, so let's wrap this up with some James Bond for your eyes only. Haven't watched the whole thing, but
I decided to, continue on my Bond series. I haven't watched For Your Eyes Only yet.
nope.
I don't think.
Nope. I can tell as I'm watching it. I haven't covered it yet. I haven't watched
I
it
remember
since
this
I was a
opening.
teenager.
So it says we have all the time in the world, which of course,
Michael, we have all the time in the world. Do we need to revisit that? Because now we're looking at other dates. Because that is in For Your Eyes Only. Also, what do I like about For Your Eyes Only? It came out in 79. I don't know. Anyway, on Her Majesty's Secret Service, we have all the time in the world. No Time to Die, we have all the time in the world. And right here in this movie, we have all the time in the world. All about Bond's love for his late wife.
came from No Time to Die. And song,
Already went over it.
think, Michael, we might need a gematria that
What do you think, Mike?
we have all of your new ciphers and stuff. I wonder what that does come up to. We have all the time.
You got new ciphers, and we're looking at new dates. So it's interesting.
Back in the day. I don't know what they call the apartment complex now.
Next. Just one more from that
Now,
movie.
for those of us that are playing at home, you know that we just did the old 1026 thing. That's when they went 88 miles per hour.
They went 88 miles per hour on October 26, 1985.
Bond's tag number was 654. He looks at the car.
He's got blue eyes like Trump. There's your 1026 right there.
He gives pause.
Back it up, frame, click. There it is, 1026.
And he's
Now, it's also October 2nd. That's 10-2 coding, which we tell you is in almost every movie. October 2nd coding. But 1026, you got the A for Antichrist, you got the M for the club.
looking at, he's looking at the car. But what are they really telling us he's looking at?
He does. He
1026.
stops and he's looking at that car. The car that's about to go 88 miles per hour on October 26th. Well, the dates that bounce off that date are the 13th. What if he goes down Wednesday, y'all?
And what about a car on 1026? A car went 88 miles per hour. It's got the A for Antichrist.
Do I remember the movie There Will Be Blood? Remember when I told you I saw Juno?
They love to drop these little innuendo.
I saw Juno. No Time to Die. Well, I think I saw There Will Be Blood first. And then I saw No Country for Old Men. And then I saw Juno. Because my stepdaughter, Marissa, had a slumber party. And I went and watched 3 movies in one day at Downtown Disney. They got movie theaters. They got restaurants. I ate, drank wine, water, hydrated, watched 3 movies because there were just tons of girls at the house. They were having a blast. My wife didn't tell me to go. I just said, hey, let me get out. And I think my stepson had gone to his grandmother, so it could just be all girls. And I was like, I want to watch all these movies before Oscars. And I did. The first one was There Will Be Blood. And that's when There Will Be No Country for Old Men. And does all this begin in June? For Juno, the god, what the month June is named after, the god Juno. Like, was that a sign back then? Where the Lord was saying, by June, we got our World War III if he goes down here in April or May, right?
Those, and of course, for them, the joke's on us. But and they're talking about the coming elections and so forth. And there was a movie called There Will Be Blood. I actually saw it the same day I saw No Country for Old Men. That's a long story. But
I like the way I stopped
those
it on
titles of
like the way I got it stopped on 007 down there at the bottom. You see that?
those movies were about what's coming.
No Country for Old Men.
Sorry, wrong button.
There Will Be Blood.
Anderson. And what I'll say about the 2022 midterms is, in the end, for Democrats, there will be blood.
Now, this is an extremely liberal show, of course, and I'm not political. I know they run both sides of politics.
This was for my Facebook crew. Y'all know I don't get into politics. Y'all know I know it's rigged. Unless you're new to my channel, I just will tell you. Politics ain't real. It's as much theater as the NFL or WWE. All right, so now we're done with everything. Love y'all very much. Michael, thank you for the hard work, sir. Good stuff. We did finish your stuff, I take it? Yeah. All right, love y'all.